So Inge, you are a media expert, you have a really huge network all over the world, and you have an important and very interesting job. So I would like to hear something about you and your personal story.
Well, my personal story starts when I got into the media business in early 80s, which is a long time ago, as a CEO of a local newspaper in Belgium. Later, I became a commercial manager of a larger group in Belgium. And since 20 years, I'm actually running the European network of INMA, which means that we try to really have all the newspapers in Europe to meet and to exchange ideas.
Wow, that's fantastic. So INMA is the International News Media Association, of course. So can you tell me something about the aims and goals of INMA?
Well, INMA is actually a rather old association, starting with promotional people who were meeting just to see what one and the other were doing and how they could learn from each other. It still then became a marketing association when the word marketing was in and everybody had marketing managers, etc. Then later on we basically changed the idea from an international newspaper association to a news association, because of course the newspaper still means print, and nowadays it's mobile, it's website, it's all these other platforms that are important. But the basic idea is still the same, which is to share ideas and to inspire change. Because change is important, especially in the last years. It's very, very quick, the changes, and we like to learn from each other. We don't want to say we have to change the business model, because we all know that we have to change the business model. We like to learn from people who have tried it and it worked, or tried it and it didn't work. To really find out what can be done, and then to bring it back to your own culture. Because of course there are different markets. The world is not one market, Europe is not one market, even Germany is not one market. You have different audiences, but we can learn from each other. What worked and what didn't.
That's fantastic, and I think change is the right word for it. We are seeing a rapid shift from print to online, and the media consumption of our readers has completely changed. The future is digital, of course. And what are the current challenges for INMA in this digital age?
Our current challenges have been really to try to find out which one of these different new business models have worked. And in the last years we were talking about culture change in the business and in the companies. Nowadays we really see that a lot changes. For example, in very many companies the whole human resources, what kind of people we are looking for has changed completely. I mean, that department, even that function, is changing rapidly because we need different people. We need not only innovators, but we need innovators, digital people, technicians, which we didn't used to have. So besides the whole editorial, which is still very important, there is a lot of new skills and new things that we try to tell the news companies that they should learn, that they should try out. And furthermore, I think it's important these days that trial and error. You should try. If it doesn't work, you stop it. But this is something that news companies in the past have not done enough. If they tried something, they would stay with it. No, they should try and stop it or try it. Very important.
So at the end of October, the INMA European Media Conference will take place in Berlin. Can you tell me something about it and why you choose Berlin?
That's a very interesting question, because you could say, to start with the last question, You could say Berlin because it's easy to reach. It's in the middle of Europe. People like to come to Berlin. It has culture and everything else. But furthermore, I think Berlin is a unique situation for the media and the news companies. And it's not a good situation. It really is not. I believe you have 3.7 million people living in Berlin.
Yeah.
I think the readership of news media on different platforms is only 17%.
Yeah.
So it's unique. I mean, it's not London, it's not like Paris, it's not like Brussels. I've been on the underground here because I usually take the underground to see what happens. Nobody's reading a newspaper, but nobody is also reading news on the iPad or on the mobile. The fact that you have all these people who came to the new capital of Germany, Berlin, but it's not really their city. I mean, they're not locals. So it's very, very difficult. And then on top of that, I can't remember, but you have 9, 10 or more different newspapers, news companies, local television doesn't work. So on one hand you have this huge population which is not really attached to the city because they didn't start living there, they weren't born there. On the other hand, you have all the intellect, you have all the wealth. So for me it's an extremely interesting city for media, for a media company. And I'm looking with, I would like to learn more about it.
Okay, thank you, Inge.